What's going on, mortals? Mortal T here. Welcome to How to Tame, which we are on Scorched Earth. So this is a series where I will be covering every tamable dino on Ark, going over the best way to tame them, and going over their features slash abilities slash roles in Ark. But first, a small disclaimer. All this taming is done on a boosted server, but the taming method is exactly the same that you'd have to use on an official server. But if you're playing on an official server, you should know by now that it's going to take you a lot longer to gather the resources and a lot longer to do the taming. But with that out of the way, let's get to what we're going to be taming today. So, as you can probably tell, it is a massive heat wave on Scorched Earth at the moment, and there is a reason for that, because today we are going to be taming the Phoenix. There are multiple now. I have spawned multiple in, and they've all just flew off, and I can't get to them. But luckily enough, I am next to a cave, which I have spawned one in here, but I don't know where it's gone. Oh, it's right down there. Just to make it a bit easier for me to show you how to get it to tame. So this is a passive tame, but unlike all of the passive tames, you have to actually hit it with something. Yes, you will have to burn the Phoenix. There are several ways you can do this. You can use fire arrows, you can use flamethrowers, and you can actually use fire wyverns. So I have got a flamethrower right here. And I have also got some fire arrows right here. Okay, showing you that I've got some. Now the best thing by far is the flamethrower, and then it's the fire arrows, but it all depends on what kind of flamethrower you've got. And when I mean by what kind, I mean what is the weapon damage on the flamethrower, or what is the weapon damage on the bow that you're firing the fire arrows from. So you can fire fire arrows from a normal bow, from a crossbow, and from a compound bow. But it all depends on what damage they do. Weapon damage, I mean. So the flamethrower I've got at the moment, weapon damage is 699.4% weapon damage, and the compound bow I've got is 554 weapon damage. That means it's going to do a lot more taming efficiency than a normal one is. So this might tame up really quickly. I'm sorry if you can't really see, it's sort of dark in this cave. We can go to options and maybe turn up the gamma a bit. It's just going to wash out the colours mainly. I hope that's a bit better. But did we do it? Did we hit it? Let's get to somewhere we can actually hit it. It's so bright now. So hit it with a fire arrow, and as you can see, there we go. Taming 4.6, 9.2. So you're gonna have to hit it with a lot. But if you got this, look at this. You just hold it, and you're done. Fair enough. Once this is flying around outside, it's going to be a lot harder. I will admit that. And there's no possible. You gotta be kidding me, the heat wave's over. And I just lost all the phoenixes. Kidding me? Are you kidding me right now? Don't worry, we will get it back. And I'm going to show you how. So if you have access to the console commands, it's pretty darn easy to get a phoenix to spawn in on Scorched Earth. Now, it's not like any other map. On any other maps, you can just spawn in the phoenix and it will just appear in front of you. On Scorched Earth, there has to be a superheat event going on before you can spawn them in. Okay, so I'm going to show you. I've got the code up here to spawn a phoenix in. We'll press the admin command and nothing. No phoenix will appear. Okay? But there is a command to get the superheat event going. And I'm going to show you it so you mortals know what this you know what the code is. So that is it. CE space start underscore superheat. That is what you're going to need, so press it. Superheat will start and the phoenix will rise from the ashes. And there it is. So don't worry if you do spawn in a phoenix and it does not appear, because you do need a superheat event. Oh, does that phoenix come back? It might have done. Does it come back? I saw ashes, right? I wasn't being a total newbie doobie. No ashes here though. Right, we need to tame this phoenix before... Oh, it's gone. Okay, it's basically gone to the same spot. Before the superheat is over, we really need to tame this phoenix. So this is what you're going to have to do. Either just hit it with a ton of flamethrower, or keep hitting it with flame arrows, or fire arrows, sorry. Boom, and it's tamed. Awesome. Absolutely awesome. Come on, boys. I'm gonna whistle stop following, and we're gonna get on it. Lucky enough, you do not need a saddle to ride the phoenix. You do not need one, which is awesome. Just want to try and get out of this cave now as quickly as we possibly can. There's the... Did we just see the ashes? Let's see if I can show you the ashes. No, the ashes have disappeared. Where are you going? No. Phoenix, come here, Phoenix. Thank you. Nice to be there. Okay. So once you have done all that, it's probably going to be a long process for people who are trying to do it officially. I don't mean really, really long. As you can see, we still got a bunch of phoenixes out here. These are the ones that I spawned in, and they just didn't disappear even with the superheat gone. Once the superheat is back, the phoenix should appear again. All the ones. One thing I haven't tested that I really would like to test is if the phoenix fire actually tames a phoenix. But unfortunately, all the phoenixes are really high in the sky and they're all flying around, which is kind of annoying, because you can't really check if it's actually doing any taming effectiveness. No. It's hard to aim this fire when a lot of things are moving. That would be something you might also have to test out and see if it's any good, see if it actually works. Can a phoenix tame another phoenix? That'd be really cool to know. Now don't worry, once you have tamed your phoenix and the heat wave goes, your phoenix will not go, you have tamed it. So don't worry about it. But like I said, once you have gone through all that, what is the phoenix good for? Well, for one, it's really good at killing rock elementals. It really is. Now, I did see one over there, because for most rock elementals, when you attack them with another creature, it doesn't seem to do a lot of damage. The damage is less than you would do to a normal creature. The rock element seems to have some kind of armor that kind of, that just seems to absorb most of the damage and you don't do a lot to it. But the Phoenix is supposed to be able to do a lot of damage. Mind? Set on fire. Okay, this is only doing 300 damage. Okay, now the claw swipes are doing 500 damage. That's pretty cool. So what we're going to do is we've got some levels. We've got 4, but we've got levels, no matter what. Melee damage. Where's it gone? Fell down. Now we'll attack it again with the normal attack. Do 2,000 damage, and with the claws, we're doing 3,000 damage. Now, once the Phoenix is tamed, the only thing it will eat is sulfur. That is kind of a bad thing. It will not eat normal meat or anything like that. It will only eat sulfur. So do be aware of it. Pump a lot of weight here. So I just wanted to point that out. It will only eat sulfur. Nothing else. So what else is the Phoenix good for? Well, it's actually pretty good for a lot of things. One of the things is not flying. Its flying speed is absolutely crap. It's really, really slow. But it is a portable campfire and forge, which is pretty darn cool. So that means it can cook raw meat into cooked meat and cooked prime meat as well. It will also refine ore for you to make metal ingots. As you can see here, it's actually refining this. This should go up to 12, as you saw there, and it can also cook oil and hide into gasoline. So it is a portable forge. The only thing it does not do is turn wood into charcoal, which is kind of annoying because a forge does turn wood into charcoal. So I'm going to harvest. Okay, that didn't quite go right. So like I said, there are 2 attacks. I want to make sure I do them. The normal attack is just the bite, which will set things alight once you bite them, and then you have this. This does not pick up anything whatsoever. This is another attack, and then its third attack will, well, spits fire. Its attack with its claws is the stuff that you will use to harvest nodes, which is a good thing about the Phoenix. It can harvest a lot of different types of nodes to get access to crystal, obsidian, metal, oil, and everything else you can get your hands on. But as you can see, we have got wood in the inventory now, and it is not turning to charcoal, which is something I think they should add. Well, I'm going to show you here. Its normal attack will not harvest any rocks or anything like that. This is its normal attack, but if you do its attack with its feet like that, boom, it will harvest flint and stone from normal rocks, just like an Anki would. You can harvest metal nodes with its claws and get all different types of metal. Well, not all different types of metal, but all the metal you'll ever want. The only thing you probably will have to pump is its weight, just to be able to hold all this kind of stuff. It can also harvest crystal and obsidian nodes as well. So there's the crystal, and here is the obsidian. Boom. So you can harvest literally anything with this. Trees, okay. The only thing you can't harvest is bushes, I do believe. You can't harvest bushes. That's the only thing it cannot harvest. But honestly, it's a Phoenix. Why would you need berries, really? So the superheat's over, sorry, and all the Phoenix have disappeared. I'm not going to activate another one. I'm not going to. So here we go. It's cooked up an absolute ton of meat. We've got a ton of crystal, flint, hide, gasoline, metal, obsidian, oil, and a lot of meat, a lot of stone as well. We've got a bit of thatch and a tiny bit of wood. But that is not the only thing that the Phoenix is good for. Yes, it has got another feature that makes it really good, and it is another... Where are you going? But yeah, as you can see, it's just left a trail of them. It poops out silica pills, which is awesome. Look at this. It just poops them out. Gotcha. I don't know why it keeps flying away. I want you over here. But yeah, it poops out silica pills, so no more need to... Do you mind going somewhere? Just mind. Just stay. Why'd you have to fly around for? So yeah, it's another good thing that it poops out silica pills for you. Which is really cool. You only get 15 at a time. But it's still another resource that it's easier to get. It's just really cool. So you get most things from the Phoenix. It can harvest most items. Well, I think all of the items it can harvest. I haven't tried the cactus tree, so I'm not too sure about that one. But you've got stone, flint, wood, thatch, raw meat, metal, raw prime meat, crystal, obsidian, hide. That's a lot of things to harvest. And it also smelts the metal that you harvest as well. Not at a really fast rate, but it still refines it, which is pretty cool. And it also makes gasoline pretty darn quick. Gathers a lot of stone, a lot of flint, a lot of crystal, a lot of obsidian. It gathers quite a bit, and it poops out silica pills. Holy Jesus! This is a good thing before Scorched Earth, because there's hardly any water on Scorched Earth, and that's where silica pills mainly are. There are some dried up places that you can find them, but to go hunting for them is not the best thing. So if you have the Phoenix, it'll just poop out silica pills for you, and you won't have to worry about them. But that is it. That's it for the Phoenix and how to tame it. All its special features, because that's what they are, special features. I don't think I'm going to be able to get this to one place, and I don't know why. It just flies off. Can you stop? It's not on wandering, I don't think. Behaviour? No, it's not on wandering. Stop. See, silica pills. Like I said, you only get like 15 at a time here, so boom. That's still 15 silica pills better off. I got 75 now. But anyway, mortals, that is it for the Phoenix. So I hope you found this very informative, and if you're ever going to try and tame a Phoenix, I hope this does help you out. Like I said, this all was done on a boosted server, and I did manage to put mine in a cave. But if you're taming this officially, it's going to be really hard, because they do fly around a lot, and trying to get close with a flamethrower is going to be really tricky. Fire arrows is probably the best thing if you have a really good bow, crossbow or compound bow. As long as someone picks you up, or you're on the back of a tapejara or something, maybe. You can tame it with a fire weapon as well, with its fire breath, but it doesn't seem to be the best option. But you still can do it. So anyway, mortals, I hope you found it informative. I hope it helps you out, and if it does, please don't forget to show that like button, who is boss, by punching it in another face. And if you're new to the channel, don't forget to click that subscribe button. And as always, mortals, don't forget to share it with your family and your friends and around the world. I think it's took you out. Oh, United States body. But that's it. I am Mortal T, and I am out.